Hello everyone. Welcome to TELLS Videtionary. Today, March 17th, our word of the day is gullible. G-U-L-L-I-B-L-E. Gullible. Gullible is an 8-letter word and an adjective. Remember, adjectives are words that describe the qualities or states of being of nouns: enormous, dog-like, silly, yellow, fun, fast. They can also describe the quantity of nouns: many, few, millions, 11. Gullible means easily deceived or tricked, and too willing to believe everything that other people say. In other words, easily persuaded to believe something, credulous. If you are gullible, the joke is on you because you are easily fooled. It is thought that gullible might be derived from the verb gull, meaning to swallow. This would be a funny coincidence, as gullible describes an overly trusting person who tends to swallow the stories he hears whole. The related word, gull, can be used as a noun, don't be such a gull, or as a verb, you can't gull me into believing that. Gullible is an adjective that describes someone who is easily fooled or deceived. If you are gullible, you are likely to believe anything that someone tells you without questioning its validity. This can make you vulnerable to scams, hoaxes, and other forms of deception. If you want to use the word gullible in a sentence, there are a few tips that you should keep in mind. First, it is important to understand the meaning of the word and how it is typically used. This will help you to use it correctly and effectively in your writing or speech. One way to use gullible in a sentence is to describe someone who has been taken in by a scam or hoax. For example, you might say, "He was so gullible that he fell for the Nigerian prince scam and lost all of his savings." This sentence shows how the person's gullibility led to their downfall and emphasizes the importance of being skeptical and cautious when dealing with unfamiliar situations. Another way to use gullible in a sentence is to describe someone who is easily influenced or manipulated by others. For example, you might say, "She was gullible enough to believe everything her boyfriend told her, even when it was obvious he was lying." This sentence shows how the person's gullibility made them vulnerable to emotional manipulation and highlights the importance of being able to think critically and independently. When using gullible in a sentence, it is important to be clear and concise. Avoid using overly complex language or convoluted sentence structures, as this can make your writing or speech difficult to understand. Instead, focus on using simple, straightforward language that conveys your meaning clearly and effectively. In conclusion, gullible is a useful word that can be used to describe someone who is easily fooled or deceived. To use this word effectively in a sentence, it is important to understand its meaning and how it is typically used. By following these tips, you can use gullible to convey your message clearly and effectively in your writing or speech. Similar words include credulous, overtrusting, overtrustful, trustful, easily deceived, easily taken in, exploitable, ripe for the picking, dupable, deceivable. Examples of sentences using gullible are: The gullible woman gave all her money to a fake charity. Being in love with Hank has made Janet so gullible that she pays all his bills while he sits around all day. The gullible couple paid a fortune for a car that does not actually exist. Unfortunately, the elderly woman was gullible enough to provide the con man with all of her financial information. There are any number of miracle cures on the market for people gullible enough to buy them. When the car salesman told me the price of the car was double its actual value, he obviously assumed I was a gullible idiot. Make sure to save this new word, gullible, so you can practice using it in your everyday sentences.
That's all for today.
Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you learned something new. Remember, practice makes perfect, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment after every video. All comments are welcome. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you receive similar videos every day. Have a fulfilling day. See you tomorrow. Cheers!